Good evening, Noswatha. Hello, Croizo. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are again on Superhero and Puzzles. Today is my birthday, incidentally, so happy birthday, Pembroke Happis, me, Avi, as they would say. Anyway, so here we are, so that's exciting. And to celebrate, I thought I'd do a video. So whoop, whoop, whoop. This one's going to be a little bit about the hero promoting process, which is quite important in the early days of the game because you get given a lot of heroes. You want to be careful with which ones you feed to others and so on and so forth. So let's just start off with the summoning side of things. So some of your heroes will come from summoning, and summoning is often the way you can only get the really tip-top like special heroes. You'll have various heroes you can train in your training camps, and that's why I would always emphasize trying to get your training camp to level 20. Here's my training camp. This one is obviously level 9, which is as advanced as I can go at the moment because my base is level 9. It all takes time and so on and so forth. As I'm saying that, I'm waving my hand around, but you can't see it because I'm not on the video. But there were certain things I wouldn't bother with. I'm using mainly level 4. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with any of these other ones. The colour-specific ones aren't great. Probably won't do number 10. 11 is quite good, the sort of specific heroes. That's quite handy to have. Most of my training is going on this one, so it must be level 2 training because, I can see it's got to be level 2 because I've got only got a level 3 base and I haven't researched level 3 training because I don't... The lightning speed one, most of the time, it's not that helpful, especially because what happens at this stage of the game is you run out of food. Food is a big supply. So try and keep your training camp going. That one obviously 1 day, 6 hours, so I'll leave that running for now. I need plenty of the training things because the training camps produce level 1 and 2, and in this game it's quite sensibly, I think, not bothered, but they're just called cores. So you have your A cores and your, there are entities as well, which are more like training heroes. And they're either 1 or 2 stars, and they basically feed them to your heroes, and your heroes become stronger. So they're very straightforward. So, like, if I want to level up a hero, let's say that I can't do Aurora because she's full. Just have a quick look at my hero. So I've got Aurora, who I like for a couple of reasons. Rowena, she needs ascending. Ascension items are harder to come by. Let's have a look at Alara. I should be able to level up Alara. So when I go into Alara, I can click on level up, and I can go down into the orbs down the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Not talking about her. It's too many obvious orb-related puns. And it's worth trying to do as many as you can because, as you can sort of see up here, I'm just tapping. The more you've got, the more chance you have of leveling up her special skill, which is why you don't want to do it in dribs and drabs. You want to try and do a decent bit of leveling up with a load of cores, and then you've got a much better chance of increasing her special skill. Level 4 and 5 heroes, it's probably not so important because they'll almost certainly it'll happen. But the 3-star heroes, sometimes you can have them fully ascended and they're not leveled up. So I'll level her up. Bing, 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 bing. Now her hero ability has not improved, which is annoying. I always say 30% plus, you've got a reasonable chance of leveling it up. You can do it 100% plus. And like normally, if you feed a hero to themselves, you have got a greater chance of them. So hero to themselves is an instant 25% chance to level up. But this game has introduced a new thing, and that is that heroes, and you can see my Aurora here, has got 3 red stars instead of 3 yellow stars. And that is because you can enhance a hero with awakening skills. So awakening, you can only feed them duplicates of themselves, and they're quite powerful. So you can see this one would add 5% attack to Blake. So if I click Blaze, sorry. So if I click on it, so there we are, I can awaken him and you go doo, and he's now got plus 5% attack, which is obviously not insignificant. So it's quite handy. Now the trouble with this is you've got to feed heroes themselves. So that means that you've got to be careful with heroes you have. So like Mara here, I could easily like fully do her up, deal damage to the target, and heal the caster based on damage dealt. Not a hero I'm actually probably going to use all that much because 3-star low-level healers, selfish healers, not probably not going to use them that much. But in theory, I could like fully level her up so she's got 3 red stars instead of 3 yellow ones. So that's a bit of a bonus that they can get. 3-star heroes. I personally, I'm generally going for the ones who are most attacking. So like Darius, deal damage to the target and deals minor damage to nearby enemies. That's quite a good attack, medium speed. For a 3-star, that's probably going to be quite handy. In events and tournaments, if there's a speed thing, that's quite a useful skill for speed. So he'd be one I probably would level up. So I could click on. So with him, I can easily awaken him, feed him a duplicate of himself. Oh, now he's deals more damage, and awakening him again. Charge efficiency plus 3%. So it will all make a difference, the awakening thing. It also, as you can see, a red dot appears, because now I can get more of his story. So Darius was once a proud warrior of the Order of Solaris, an ancient and noble faction sworn to protect the world from the chaos that plagued it long before the Rift catastrophe. The Order do blah, 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 blah. So you can read these things if you're feeling whimsical. And you get gems, for each time you come on. To him, this was more than just another mission. It was an opportunity to safeguard the remnants of his civilization and to ensure the mistakes of the past would not repeat themselves. Darius fights not only with his celestial strength, but also with a sense of purpose. His golden pentagram beams with power during battle, unleashing a devastating light that overwhelms his enemies whilst shielding his allies. As he doesn't actually do any shielding, so I'm not sure. As he joined the crew, Darius determined to forge a new path for both Solaris and the fractured world left in the Rift's Wake. I know this is Wake, but I like Wake. So there we are. So, good stuff. He's handy. So, so that's the awakening thing. It's going to be really tricky with the kind of vanilla, as they were, heroes that you can get out of training camps, who will become like the World 1, Season 1 heroes. They're quite good. You can probably, like by farming and keeping your training camp going, awaken most of them to a fair degree. Although you've got to bear in mind that for a 5-star, you're going to need 5 of themselves to feed to themselves to fully awaken them. So you're looking at 6 of any hero, a 5-star hero, to be able to fully max their ascension. So I've only got Draven. Is it Draven? Dr. Avon? Draven. Dr. Raven. So I can read his story still. Where's his story? Draven was born into lineage of elite engineers within the Rust Alliance. From an early age, he shadowed his father in the laboratory, immersing himself in the intricate marvels of machinery. However, his upbringing was anything but warm. His world was forged in the cold, metallic gleam of experimental equipment, shaped by his father's relentless expectations rather than affection. So there we are, and he's still smiling. So he's obviously right. So yeah, so you obviously have more. You need more to level them up if you are doing 5-stars, and so on and so forth. So that is Awakening, which is a new thing on this game. As I mentioned, you want to try and use heroes and orbs of your own color if you can, especially in the early stages. It's more efficient. You get more. You get, I think it's 20% extra if you're using the right color. So like a green core, 20% more heroes from the same element. So it's worth giving them to the right color if you can. Try and do it. My advice would be at least 10 of whatever color of each you're doing. You can see that I've got a blue hero that needs leveling. My current blue is Aurora there, but she needs... I can't level her up anymore because I need enough food to ascend her. I've got the resources. I just need to do my final ascension on her. The other fella there who is blue... Oh, clicked the wrong button there. The other blue fella does Soul Link, which is where they all share damage with one another, which can be quite effective on like raid tournaments and stuff. Not as effective on attack. And Alaric, I like. Alaric deals damage to all enemies, reducing their defense. So I will level up Alaric and look for another few of him because that's quite a useful attacking skill. So looking at the colors that I have, I'm thinking these ones could be useful. I'm mainly focusing on the 3 stars because I know it's going to take me a while to get hold of the Ascension materials necessary for the 4 and 5 stars. So that's my personal way of doing things. I'm not saying that's right. Blaze hails from mysterious Shadow Brotherhood. They never have normal names, Anyway, but I suppose that's kind of the point of the game, isn't it? So somebody's had fun writing their who these guys are and everything else. I normally do my own versions, but that might be one for another day. Though they're all a little bit too beautiful, it makes it quite tricky. And look at that chin. Look at that face and other elements. It's that kind of thing. Anyway, there we are. So computer pixels, pixelated computer drawn designs that make one need to go and have a cold shower. There we are. Anyway, so that is the basics of leveling up your heroes. As I say, you want to try and keep your training camp going. Food is going to be your issue in the early days of the game, and that is why, as I was previously recommended, I would try and keep raiding. You can't lose food from going on raid offensives. You might not gain a huge amount, but get a bit. You will get these kind of things like food packs. These two are 500,000, and at the moment, I can only store just under 400,000. So I'm going to save them until I can actually use them, and then I will probably chuck one of them in and spend a load of time getting some heroes leveled up a little bit more and everything else. And that, I believe, is that. Anyway, I don't think I can hit the Alliance, which is, I think the Alliance machine. No, hang on, I don't want that. The Invaders did, so no hurry on that. So yeah, there we go. So hopefully there's something vaguely useful in there. It will help you, as I say, it's just tips on leveling heroes. Try, if you're ever uncertain, I would recommend don't feed heroes. Don't eat your own heroes. Eat the 1 and 2 star orbs first. As the game goes on, it will become more and more apparent which of the, particularly the 3-star heroes, are probably not worth having. I don't think I'm going to use Mara very much because deal damage to target and heal caster, it's not a skill I'm likely to use. So she's likely to be food for other heroes. Cerberus, deal damage to target nearby enemies. That is generally quite a useful skill in an event where you want to work quickly. Calder looks quite similar to Raven, or is that just me? No, they do. Similar sort of chin. Very, very similar vibes going on. Are you two? Are you related? Not recorded yet. I would say I haven't read his story yet. So he's obviously not considered important enough to have a backstory. But there we are. I'll make one up. Let's have a quick go. This is Calder, possibly the younger brother of Draven, the younger and less popular with his dad. Calder loves lollipops. He loves lollipops so much that he made himself a special sparkly one, the Lollipop of Power. Bum, 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 bum. Whenever he sucks upon... Oh, hang on, let's go. No, we'll avoid that. We'll leave it there. Anyway, there we are. So, as ever, thank you very much for watching. Do please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And it just remains for me to say, however, goodbye, and may death come swiftly to your enemies.